Hello, everybody! My name's Ardendris, and welcome back to RWBYM World of Blocks. Last time, we were messing around a bit more with the Psi mod. We'd gone through a few levels. I think I went through alternative casting, blockworks, Psi metal infusion, elemental arts, all of this good stuff. I had just opened up movement advances at the end of last time. I hadn't actually gone over it, but basically this is extra movement things like I get to teleport. I can make enemies around me teleport. Add motion to a bunch of enemies nearby, or mass teleport things, or move things away, or to move things away from or towards a point that I set, all that good stuff. So we went through some more stuff. We were trying to make some things work. And I was having some difficulties with some things, specifically the spell. I can actually pull it up here. Break block sequence. For some reason, if I got this to break any blocks at all, I would break like one, maybe two blocks, like weirdly disconnected. It was weird. I could not figure out for the life of me how to make it actually work during the last episode. And so we sort of just skipped past it. We messed a little bit more around with Explode as well. Couldn't really get them working exactly how we wanted to. And then just sort of ended up the episode with the Smite spell. Very basic. Our first actual offensive thing. It's not that powerful. It's just a lightning bolt, which doesn't do a whole lot of damage compared to some of the stuff we'll be fighting. But that's about what we got up to last time. So between episodes, I've done a little bit more work with Psi. I did a little bit more work with world stuff. So, brief. Let's just go over the Psi stuff first, since it's the easiest stuff to go over. I now have 4 tables over here. Let's start with Entity Move, because we were using this one last time. Although so it's looking a whole lot more simplified than it was last time. So, last time I was using this whole convoluted thing where I was taking the direction that an entity was moving towards me. Oh, it was moving, and then I was telling it to go the opposite direction of its current momentum. It was weird. It was a strange workaround that didn't fully work. I then thought about it as I was about to start this up and made a change. So now if I use Entity Move, I now have too many things now. It'll move in the direction I'm pointing at, because of the axial thing will take my trajectory 1x, 1z, 1y, whatever. So if I'm above something, I'll push it down. If I'm below something, I'll push it up. All that good stuff. And so that's now working perfectly. Then let's move over to break block sequence. See a whole lot of convoluted mess right there, because the other 2 spells here are brand new ones that I made between episodes. So break block sequence. It looked something like this convoluted mess at the end of last time, but not exactly, because this convoluted mess works. Actually, yeah. So this whole mess you can see right here was something similar to what I was trying last time, where I was using the axial radial and some other things to create vectors to make a direction that I was pointing, to build blocks, and so on and so forth. It was a whole mess that I wasn't getting to properly work. Like, it would break a block here, and then, like, here. At one point, I was messing with it, and I got it to break, like, a staircase-style thing, but still not really what I was going for. Until I was able to get it to break the 4 blocks up and down, like the, thing in here. Where is it? Blockworks. The example in here says to break 4 blocks above where you target. Eventually I got that to work. So, I continued working at it until I ended up with this top segment here. We'll go over how I've simplified this in a second. So basically what I had done was I took the caster where I'm pointing, then extract the X, Y, and Z and multiply those by 30 to determine the vector for it to go. So I have like this huge 30 block vector. So if I'm pointing up, I'll get 30Y, and thus it will be able to break 30 blocks up. If I'm pointing left or west or east or whatever, I'll be pointing on the Z, and so I'll be able to break 30 blocks to each Z, and this would work for each direction. Then Once again, as I'm getting ready to record, I realize I have massively overthought every single thing I make inside. Like, this huge jumble of pieces or whatnot is completely pointless. Like, I have gone in and made it so I take this, separate each piece from it, and then multiply by 30. But this piece on its own will already give me a 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, or 0, 0, 1 output, because that's how it works. Whichever direction you're looking, you get a 1 output in that direction and a 0 in the other ones. So all of this up here is completely pointless. I can just get rid of all of this. I just need to have this thing, and then I just need to give it the range in which I can reach it, which it also shares with break block sequence, the trick itself. So this huge convoluted mess was completely pointless. All I needed was 9 pieces. Like, I'm using 30 pieces to get something I could accomplish with 9, if I just, like, condensed everything and got rid of the connector pieces, which I probably could. So, I'm learning how this all works now. It's much easier than I've been going for. But, might as well just get the improved one in here anyways. Next up, we have... I'm so sick of you. I am so sick of guys. They are constant. I cannot go more than 30 seconds without fighting one. Anyways, next up, I'll go in order of which one I made. Overgrow. You can see this tiny little compact thing? It didn't start this way. So Overgrow, basically, we got it with the elemental things. We focused mostly on smites, but Overgrow seemed like the best of the other ones too. Blaze just makes fire, Torrent just makes water, Overgrow bone meals things. This one also came with the random block operator. So random will basically just give you a random number between 0 and the number you input. That's all well and good. So basically the main part of this is a focal point on the bullet, because I have actually gone ahead and used a spell circle thing so that it will stay over time. So Overgrow over time, where the bullet lands, will go into Overgrow. So if I just like shot this once without some of the extra stuff in there, just those 3 pieces, it would create a circle that would over time create bone meal on one spot 20 times, because that's how the spell circles work. But I didn't want to do that. I want this thing to bone meal a large group of area. So thus began my exploration into the operator random thing and how to make this work. And once again, I was overcomplicating things. Like, I think I was using vector creates left, right, and center. I was using like axial directions and whatnot that I was then separated X and Y's from. I was multiplying, I was taking inverses. I was doing a whole lot of junk. None of it was working until I was just like, let's try something very simple. Let's just make a vector with 0, 0 to 3, and 0 to 3. 0 being the Y here, these being X and Z respectively. And then just add that to the starting location to get the new spot. And it works now. Before I kept getting errors like it kept trying to do things too far away, and it turns out I was basically multiplying everything by 2 at some point, and it would be sending things like a long way away. So this thing, I am on Overgrow, right? I can just go over here, wherever I shoot, we get this big circle. And then anywhere's within 3 blocks this direction, 3 blocks this direction. I could not get it to center on it. I could not figure that out. So I'll have to see if maybe there's extra pieces to do that. But just for a bit of our psi energy, we can just bone meal huge swaths of land over in this little farm I made, which is really good because we're kind of hurting for food at the moment. I have a little bit of bread, but that's all the food I have in the world. I do have some meat I could cook up. Why I haven't yet, I don't know, but I'm just mostly surviving on bread. So all this is all good. I'll actually need to go turn this into bread right now so I don't run out. So Overgrow. Once I figured it out, it's going to be very useful, and I have it working now. I I definitely overcomplicate most things I work on. Like, it's it's not that difficult if you know what you're doing. And I'm actually starting to figure out what I'm doing, which is very nice. But you, and you gets the dough. Bakeware and dough makes the bread. There we go. You all go away. So that's all well and good. Did I actually show off block break in action? I don't remember if I did. I'll do that in a moment. But the last spell over here is blink. We got that thing from the movement advances because that's the red thing it wanted us to do to reach the next level. It's very, very simple of a spell. Blink moves a target a distance. So we just target ourselves and give it the distance of 8. It really is that simple. Teleport. I can do this quite a few times, although I will take fall damage if I'm not careful with it. Ow. So, have to be careful with how I use it. But very simple, very nice to have. At this point, I'm probably just going to get rid of the move self. Where is it? There it is. So at this point, we have the bullet for smite, the overtime spell circle for overgrow, entity move to toss things away from us, and fusion to make psi metal, exploder to explode the ground, break block sequence. Have to actually take our gun out. Break block sequence. I've been using this cliffside as my testing grounds. And doop, doop. Was trying to do this for a large part of last episode and just could not make it work. But now we have it, and it is pretty fun. Like, that is very useful for expanding our for digging out area. And all it takes to make it a little bit better would be to go in here and change the 10 into the 5 into like a 10 or something. And now when I do this, I will break 10 blocks instead. I had it set for 5 just because the extra precision is pretty nice. I don't want to be breaking everything, just like small swaths of land. But anyways, that's about what I got up to between episodes. That was a pretty long recap trying to explain what I did and how it worked and whatnot. We still have villagers, right? I know one of the villagers died. I guess they got replaced because I saw someone else walking around. Yep, hello there. So that's all well and good, and I suppose we can properly get into today's episode, huh? I've just been rambling about stuff for a while. And I have one more level up. I can move block movement or loop casting. Loop casting could be cool for certain things, but I don't think I have... I could use loop casting to replace the spell bullet I'm using for overgrow. That's basically the purpose of it. And I have no idea how to properly use modulus or integer divide. Like, no idea why those would come in handy. But anyways, I'll just pick up block movement. I don't think I'm going to do this right now. I don't really have a great use for it. And trick collapse block. Oh, it makes blocks fall like they're moved by gravity. Okay. So if I use that on, like, if I use the move block, I can move dirt block 1 up. If I used that on, like, say, this fence, I could drop it like gravity. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Not going to be doing that right now. I've spent the last 2 episodes and then some working on Psi. But anyways, I suppose we'll get into a little bit of village stuff today. So, I now have this massive farm set up. Though I don't have any farmers. So, if we want to pull up Minecolonies real quick, we can set up the farm and the field. Field's going to need a hay bale or a pumpkin and some leather. I think I can cover that. Farm is a stone or wood hoe and some and some wood, just like some of the basic stuff. So I should be able to cover all that just fine. I don't know if I have any hay bales. I think I turned those all into bread, so I'm going to have to go find some hay or grow some hay or just pick up this wheat right here and make it. Anyways, I don't know. Words are hard. I really am just rambling at this point. But that should be good. I'm actually going to need a couple of fields because they only have like a 5x5 block area or something like that. So I'm going to need 3 of them for like the massive size of this thing. Which I already have enough for. That's only 27 wheat. Anyways, grab out my leather. I already have this, that'll turn into hay bales. Need wood, got that. Stone stone hoe rather. Just need a couple of cobblestone pieces. And that should be well and good. Was doop. Like so. Gets you. So. Forgot to turn you into wood. There we go. This gets us our farm. If I have the right tools on me, which I just don't think to grab at times. That's farms. That's all well and good. Need fields as well. I only needed 1 farm. I need 3 fields. Oh, I don't have enough sticks. That's why that didn't work right now. Doop. 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 There we go. So, I'm just going to put these... Well, I'm going to put them in the middle of each of the water things, but as it stands, I don't have a block to put there currently, so that's going to have to hold off a moment. Where's this? I want to use break block sequence. This is exactly why I wanted that spell, because this is very useful. I don't know how big the farm is going to be. I know it's going to be more space than this, but I am going to put it in this spot. So I'm just going to keep pulling this back until I think I'm at a good point. Maybe when I get to like that, need to pull this out again. Just like goes so. This is really handy and really nice to have. I don't even remember what adds these things in. I'm fairly certain these are filled with, yeah, just completely filled with fireworks. No idea what these are from. They just sort of exist occasionally in some mod packs. It's probably Lost Cities. Like, I don't think I added anything else that would have added them, and I don't see it very often. That's all fine. Grab out the farm. Use build tool. Grab out the build tool itself. Let's just sort of lay this thing out. How big is it? And obviously, what thing are we going to use for it? Level 5, birch, acacia, wooden. I mean, that's just a big old farm. Wooden or stone? Let's go for wooden, I think, instead. Like, have the big farm doors up here. Yeah, this is definitely the center. So when it's full, it will line up here. I think I'm fine with that spot. And at level 1, it will just look like that. Okay, yeah, I think I'm fine with how this is currently set up. So I'm just going to have that be placed. Builder should have no problem being able to just get out here to work on it. Oops. And I'm just going to have him start building. Waypoint placeholder. What is up with that? Start building. And thus begins our work of going to go see what the builder's going to need to get all this going. What are you in need of? 4 hay bales, 30 fences, and 2 racks. He already has more or less everything else he needs. So I need to dump a whole bunch of junk. I'll just deal with inventory real quick. Was that a Geist or was that a smoke puff? I think that was a smoke puff. Let me deal with inventory stuff real quick and then just gather the rest of the stuff he needs real quick. So 1 sec. Okay, so I have everything but the 2 racks that calls for. How do I make these again? Like, this is the first time we're building a building that actually uses them. 2 iron bars. Actually had some left over from buildings I've torn down. And then there's wood around it, right? Okay, 8 pieces of wood. So it's basically just a chest with wood, with an iron bar in the middle. And that's honestly a pretty fitting build thing, recipe, because I should be able to place this down, Can I just play? Yeah, they're basically just chests. I thought they were larger than that, but I guess not. Oh, uses an axe. I saw like the stone pieces or metal pieces for the legs and was like, yay, I just picked this up with a pickaxe, right? No, the entire thing's made out of wood. Why would you use a pickaxe? But anyways, our builder friend now just has to put it together. So he's just going to be building on that. While he does that, I also wanted to build the warehouse. If I can find it on this list. Mine. Should probably put this back down at some point. Should also upgrade the houses. But a warehouse, this thing's kind of important. Chest and 7 pieces of wood. Sleep through the night when we have a second. Doop, 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 like so. There's the chest. That goes like that, and that. And I already know where I'm going to be placing this. New recipe unlocked in your recipe book. Unimportant, but but I am going to put this thing in this corner if I can get it to properly center. Just because I have the open space here and I don't really have anywhere else in this center bit. Like so. Use build tool. Actually grab out the build tool. How does this work? Wooden level 1. Oh, this is the farmer. I want the warehouse. Yeah, this is just like a giant building looking like this. Where this is a massive storehouse, I think I want to use stone for this one. Going back to level 1. Okay, this thing's a lot bigger than I thought it was. Bring it forward a little bit more. Where is it going to work the best? 2 blocks, 2 blocks. I think over here it's 4 blocks, but the roof's right there. So I need to bring it at least 1 more this way, 1 more this way. Hopefully that center's okay on everything over here. It looks like it works pretty well. It's just... I'm going to have to pull back some of the flooring here. Like so. And... yeah, that'll do. I'm fine with that placement. That's going to be a lot of cobble, but thankfully I have it. Just very quickly do like this. Oops. Dang it. Do I have cobble on me? I do. There we go. That works. I'll finish clearing out some of the rest of this at a later point. But build options to build building. The request will be done and start building once the farm is all finished. So I'm just waiting on the builder for right now. Once again, way too much inventory stuff to deal with. This is why I want the warehouse, because this will have a lot of storage space in it. So I will just... oh, there's the farm, I guess. So I can go check that out. Well, he should get started on the warehouse. Ow. This is just simple enough. We head over to the farm. We got 2 things over here. Assign fields to farmer, automatic. The farmer is Caroline A. Aylward. I just need to set you up with a hoe, I believe. Why do you need an axe? What are you doing that requires an axe? Also, you are starving to death. Hold on. Doop, 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 doop. 6 pieces of bread. Why do you have so much wood on you? Were you the lumber person before? Anyways, you're probably going to need a hoe. You're going to need some other stuff. Let's go gather all the seeds. I'll get you a stone hoe for right now. And our friend there should be able to get to work. So I'll just start bringing that stuff over. Should also grab something so I can place the field down. Maybe I can just use a single piece of cobble or whatever. I didn't actually grab the seeds. Like, can I just... field used by Caroline A. Aylward. Not really how I want this to go. Why is it backwards? Pick this back up, please. Thank you. suppose I can just go like this and this. Field's working. Just get rid of the water. And I'll just do this over in all the spots, and we'll just have floating scarecrows, because why not? And then I think I have to put seeds in there. Either that or I have to put wheat in there to denote what's in this field. Is it wheat? Or is it seeds? It takes both. It would make my job much easier if I had fertilizer. I will work on it. Place more fields to get me working. I need a hoe. Okay. So I just need to get you some more stuff before you can do your job. But, come on. Why won't it place? There we go. Why is it continuing to just not let me place the, cobble properly? There's all that. Fix you. Give me the pickaxe. Break the cobble. Break this cobble as well. I'll put wheat in this one. I'll put seeds in this one. And I don't remember which one this one has seeds as well. Okay. So hopefully one of those will work.
Yes, sir.
You just need fertilizer. Place more fields. You have fields. And now you're not asking for a hoe. There, you can have a hoe. Okay.
But I think I put it in the right places, if you know what I mean.
What are you on about? Okay, so it takes the seeds. It's only picking up this one, but she won't work it for some reason.
Oh, yes,
Why?
Sir. Right away, sir.
Okay, it looks like it's... Would you stop? You're very distracting. So, change you out. No, it's you I want to change out for seeds instead. Like so. So I just need to get her seeds, and she's saying something about fertilizer.
Yes, sir.
Fertilizer, seeds, and a hoe. Yeah, you can maximal level stone. Then why is it showing everything else? So I'll gather her that stuff. Then I have to go check on how this is going as well. What broke? Shovel. I'll get you another one in a moment. Although you're also about to starve to death too, so have some bread. Doop doop. Doop doop. What are we missing? Cobble, oak fences, torches, missing oak wood, cobblestone, whole bunch of stuff. I'm gonna actually have to go gather some stuff for that. So, yeah, I'm just going to get her things, except for the fertilizer. I don't remember how to get that. And I'll just go gather some stuff for you. I just have more inventory stuff to deal with. So much nonsense. I'll do some busy work for a moment, and then I'll be back with you. Okay, so all that's left over, once again, is all of the racks, or whatever they're called. So just need to grab a whole bunch of wood. Thankfully, I grabbed some extra acacia and whatnot that I'm not going to be using for any other building projects anyways. Like so. And so. Maybe I shouldn't have used all this extra spruce wood and should have relied mostly on the oak wood, because I'm going to need spruce for other stuff as well. Too late now. 14. So, and so. 24 racks. So now with these in here, our builder friend, Houston, I almost forgot your name, sorry. Actually, I did forget your name, I had to double check it. Houston should be able to finish up the warehouse in the not too distant future. It's just going to take him a little bit of building time. But I have occasionally... Why do you need an axe? Do you need to cut, or do you plan on cutting down that tree?
Oh, yes, sir.
I'll get you a stone axe in just a moment. But I've came over here a couple of times just to see how things are going, and our farmer friend over here has managed to pick up...
What's it gonna be today, then?
A total of 44 wheat's been harvested so far. So she's actually doing her job. She's getting to it for right now, at least. Maybe I should... Does she have a house? Or is she just sort of living out there for right now? I don't think I saw her come in. Little bit scary that one of our main workers might be living outside in the danger zone, but I need to upgrade these buildings. Like, I need to get the extra housing pretty prompto. But, once again, I think I'm just playing the waiting game. I desperately need the extra inventory space at this point. Like, I've got nowhere else to store anything else. I just need those racks up and running. So, I suppose I could help him out. Like, did it save how I currently... No, it didn't, because I don't have another warehouse to place down, and I'm not going to build another one just to get the how to build the blueprints when he's already working on it. So, you just do you. I'll just be waiting here. I'll probably clear out some more of this to make the entrance a bit cleaner before it's all finished up. So, yeah, I'm just going to pull this out, and I'm going to continue on with busy work. I really am just stuck. Oh, don't throw that out. That's very important. So, yeah, I can at least do some cleanup work pretty easily like this. Thankfully, it didn't just destroy my bed. I can just do that a couple more times. I'm like standing here. Oh, thanks for picking that up, Houston, for me. There we go. Thanks for picking up all that. Once this thing is up and running properly, I can finally get rid of these. What's the matter? Do you need something? Are you stuck now? Okay. He definitely got stuck for a moment. I mean, I could probably take a safe guess and say that these at least go up a little bit. And it's probably symmetrical. I'm just gonna hope that that's right, and hopefully he won't tear it down immediately. So, once again, things are starting to actually work around. People are actually doing jobs. We're getting things properly built up. I'm glad I took a few days away from building stuff constantly and decided to go work on something else, because I'm feeling a whole lot less stressed out trying to make everyone work with constant building projects now that I've done something else for a little bit. So, yep, just a waiting game. Hopefully it won't take too long, however. Okay, so I figured the builder was being a bit slow when it came to actually doing things. Like, he kind of got stuck for a minute, so I figured while I was waiting for him to like sort of work himself out and actually finish up building, I might do some other busy work. So I headed underground, and I've been using our new toy to very efficiently gather both iron and a whole bunch of dust. So I'm exploring, and then all of a sudden I come to this area just covered in red ones as countless Grimm are being forever spawned and immediately entity crammed and crushed to death. I have no idea how long this has been going on, probably a while, but a mutant Deathstalker is living here and just crushing all of its spawns to death. I forgot you threw fireballs. That scared me for a second. Let's still. Can I? Oh, it's dead. Oh, there's another one, actually. What is that? Do I have the inventory space to pick up whatever that is? Because I think that's a cool thing. Oh, that's another... Okay, that's not a mutant one, at least. That is good. Also, let me out. Thank you. I just completely glossed over the fact that that I killed that thing in one shot and ended up getting hit, and then the arrows bounced up like 4 or 5 times and then just crushed it in an instant. That was actually kind of cool. Like, I fired 4 times, I think. Or 3 times, rather. Killing everything in my way. That was very nice. And if that means less creeps down here, then I am all for the mass murder of Grimm. But anyways, I'm just going to hop back upstairs real quick into the village. There it is. Hop in bed real quick. How are we doing, friend? Like, are you still stuck? You made it to your house, at least. What is your problem? What are you looking for? Please make space in my building chest. Okay. So that's the problem. He has stuff to dump, but he can't. So I'll just grab out all this dirt. I think he has a couple of these down already. Oh, a whole bunch of them. So I can just start storing stuff. He should be able to build around that. This is going pretty well. I'm just going to smelt up a whole bunch of the iron and whatnot we got. All that dust. And I think I'm just going to sell a lot of it real quick. I was kind of... I have like a whole bunch of Grimm amalgam. I was curious how much money we actually have. So... curious if we might be able to afford some of the cool higher end stuff now. I don't know exactly how much we're at, but we'll have to see. But I was doing a very good job of ignoring the really cool thing I got there for a bit, wasn't I? So this thing, remember how we got this other one to give us a Grimm head? I can actually just toss it down on the ground to show it again. It's really cool looking. I'm not going to be using it though. This is a brown wolf tail. It kind of looks spiky, not fluffy. But, I use this one. I don't know when I'm going to get another one of these. And, I mean, being a wolf is kind of cool. So, what I do is I right-click and hold this one. It uses it up. And now I've got a tail. It's... This weird, what's supposed to be fluff being tiny little spikes is kind of weird. But hey, sadly it does not waggle when I walk. I cannot wag my tail. But I am now part wolf now. I am a wolf faunus. All I'm missing are the ears. So that's a really cool, very cool, rare drop. The odds of me getting a brown wolf... The odds of me getting the brown wolf ears to go with that one are pretty low though, so I might not be getting the matching pair. But that's fine. So anyways, I'm just going to let this friend finish up, and I'm just going to get a lot of this smelted up and finish inventory stuff. So I'll be back with you in a moment. And just as I finish selling off all the dust and all the Grimm amalgam, the warehouse is finally complete. You've built a warehouse. However, your people are too tasked as it is to fill it. Build some delivery huts to attract the deliverymen. Up to 5 can work per warehouse. Okay. So I have to build huts to get workers to manually transfer things over. But if I want to, I could just come in and do this. Upgrade storage with a block of emerald. Interesting. The warehouse block itself has storage in it. Houston is just standing in the corner there. I've already filled up this one with dirt and cobble, but I do have plenty other stuff that's going to have to move over pretty soon. Like... I need to actually organize everything properly. But, whilst that was going on, how far below village is that? Like, hold on. Is that another mutant Deathstalker right under the village? Let's be very careful with this. Hello there, mutant Deathstalker, right under the village. Let's steal. There's 400 on you. The same trick did not work again. This is literally like 10 blocks under the warehouse. This one might be a bit of an issue. Right now, I'm just gonna go back up. That explains why there's so many geists, because it's literally only 10 blocks. So I'll just remember that's there. I'll have to go properly take care of that soon. Every time I get my aura back up, I'll probably just have to go down with that still, waste all my aura just firing on the Deathstalker. Hopefully we'll be fine. I don't think a villager should be able to make it down there, but just in case, let's just do that. Didn't I note there's something there? But anyways, I got distracted when I saw those numbers. After selling off everything, we're up to 8 500s, which, is that the highest we've had at any point? accidentally knocked some of our villagers around, so I got confused. 8 500s, 1 100, 3 10s left over. Which means I could buy some of the higher end expensive stuff. Actually, no, I can buy nothing new. I think I actually had 8 before at one point. So I'm going to need to get up to 12 before I can buy any of the really cool high-end stuff. Ooh, Life and Death. That's a kind of cool one, if I remember correctly. Ozma Staff, that one has some special thing where you can put special dust on the end, if I remember correctly. I forgot about both of these two items. I know which of 2 items I'm going to get once I save up another $4,000. But there are a lot of really cool things at the higher levels that I really want to get a hold of. Also, toolkits. I'm not going to waste another tool. I'm not going to waste a toolkit on Crescent Rose. I can just make a new Crescent Rose very easily. I have so many of the pieces. So that's all well and cool. But today, this is probably a pretty good place to end things off. We have the warehouse finished. We have a whole lot more money. We've learned how to do Psy a lot more. And we're just taking a break from that. I'll just continue on with my own time on that one and just come back when I have cool things to show off. But yeah, all in all, pretty good progress today. We I almost forgot the coolest thing. We're now a faunus. We're part wolf. It is literally only cosmetic, but I love it nonetheless. What other pieces would I have actually wanted if I didn't get the wolf? Like, I suppose the cat tail would have been okay. Cat ears of varying different colors. Fox. Rabbits, dorsal fin. Oh yeah, you can get clear things. That's how you get rid of pieces. I forgot. So I could wear the Grimm piece and then just got rid of it. So fox, dragon. So yeah, wolf is right around the top. I would have taken cat, wolf, or dragon. But cat, fox, or dragon would have also been up there with it. But it's top 4 out of everything I could have gotten. So it's still pretty cool. But anyways, this is probably a pretty good place to end things off before I start rambling forever. So I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and I hope to see you next time. So, without further ado, take care, everybody.